Welcome into the Food City Locker Room, brought to you by Garza Law. Chris Brown is back. Austin and Jason never left. Glad everybody's back. Off weekend. What do you hope to accomplish? What did you hope to accomplish in this past weekend before Arkansas and Bobby Petrino ride in on a bicycle?
You know, I think Mississippi State game showed a lot about our team, showed who we were. Now you're going into the off week. You want to make sure everyone's healthy. You want to continue to grow. You want to make sure everything's good. But just get back and just make sure that we're the team that we think we are.
Yeah, hopefully during the off week, guys took advantage of resting. Younger players got a chance to get some valuable reps. They got a chance to do some self-evaluation, look at some tendencies that you created over the first 5 games, and try to buck some of those tendencies moving forward.
Health-wise, obviously, you don't really know till you get to Arkansas. Nobody really tells you much of anything. But what are you hoping the off week gets you back?
Well, you're hoping that you're able to just kind of get healthy. I mean, you had a couple offensive linemen banged up last week.
Yeah.
Sam Pendleton's been in a boot. Same thing with Jesse Perry. Those guys, have been rehabbing all week long. Tennessee practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then the coaches went out recruiting Thursday evening and into Friday. So kids have been off basically since Thursday. No practice Friday or Saturday. They had to be back in tonight to the complex.
Is this as big of a recruiting weekend for the coaches? I mean, you don't have a game. You have the ability to travel further.
It is. I mean, coaches have been in Illinois the last couple of days. They've been in Utah. They've been in Florida,
right.
The Carolinas, Tennessee. They've kind of been a little bit of everywhere, bouncing around and going and seeing players during the day and then going into games at nighttime. So, yeah, it's absolutely a chance to get out and go see kids.
With that said, guys, obviously the transfer portal window, there's just the one of them. There's not the spring one. How much does it change things as you go into January? I'm not going to mention specific names, but somebody on a Tennessee team who might say, you know what, I'm not going to wait for spring. I'm not going to wait to see what happens because I don't have that luxury now.
I think in the scope of college football, things are changing so fast. You have to be ready. And I think kids who are ready and kids who there's no 2 times to do it. So you have to be ready to go. And I think kids who can step up and play are going to be the ones that play. People are going to transfer, and that's the nature of the game in today's world.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, players, if they're not sure, you don't have. In the old days, even last year, you had the caveat of, let me go through spring, see where I'm at, and I can always go in the portal in the spring. You can't make that decision now. If you decide to go into the spring semester, you're there for another year. And so that's where it does get a little more interesting. That's why, like in the last few years, the media and everybody's tried to blow up, it's going to be the most explosive portal window. And I'm always like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. Actually, I think this year, that will be. I think we're finally going to get to that point where there's going to be more movement and more decisions made because there's going to be some indecisiveness about what their future holds, and kids are going to say, I've got to go now. I can't wait. And so I do think that it's going to be interesting to see kind of where things go with players.
Well, the disadvantage, though, is, if you look at a situation, Jason, like Tennessee this past year, and I know you don't really like talking about transfer portal stuff. We've been doing this long enough, and you don't like talking about it. But how different it is, the whole quarterback change this past year. At the quarterback position, if you're Merklinger or you're George or you're whatever, you can't sit there and wait to see what you're thinking.
No, last playoff you had guys who played quarterback that kind of waited because they wanted to stay with their team, but they knew they had to leave, like the Penn State backup who's now at Missouri. He tried to wait, but Penn State kept winning. And so eventually he had to leave. But now, there's no waiting. You got to go now and go get your spot. And, the quarterback position, there's only one guy that plays. And so you kind of read the writing on the wall with, the Tennessee quarterback situation and maybe someone leaves. But, at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you.
Let me ask this question in all seriousness because we've talked about this and, it's kind of a part of college football, but you don't really like it. You don't really especially like it. Are you getting used to it just a little bit that this is what it is, or are you just still bucking it saying, I just hate this?
Well, I think the inner part of you want to buck it and say it, but you have to start just evaluating and evolving. I think this is where the college football game is going.
Look at Dabo Swinney. He doesn't really want to do it, and now he's going to have to
look
evolve.
At their record. It's showing what it is.
That's what I'm saying.
At the end of the day, that's what I'm saying is people are going to sit here and go, man, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it my way. And those people are going to get passed up because people are adapting and evolving.
Somebody was walking through their house right now, and when Chris said bucket, everybody went.
All right, let's zero back in on this team and let's talk about where we need to see the most improvement. I think you got to start on the defensive side. Jason, where do you want to see the most improvement in this off week before Arkansas comes in and they're going to throw their kitchen sink at you because Petrino's got nothing to lose?
Well, Arkansas's third in the league in rushing. They have a quarterback, Taylor Green, that can beat you with his legs. And Tennessee was fortunate last year that he got hurt, or he would have been even more successful. I guess it didn't matter at the end of the day because Tennessee still lost. But he's a guy that can beat you with his legs. He's in another year in Petrino's offense, so he's even more comfortable. Tackling in space continues to be an issue. Linebackers got to do a really good job of being at the right place at the right time. Safeties have to tackle better. So that's probably the biggest thing defensively. I think special teams is something right there behind tackling that you have to address. I mean, you had a couple muff punts, and then you had a fourth down fake punt that Mississippi State was able to convert. You can't allow people to block punts against you, have muff punts, and go forward on fourth down. Special teams can get you beat. Tennessee has to clean that up.
To me, the easiest fix is on the special team side. You ought to be able to fix those mistakes. But on the defensive side, let's just say, if you're getting beat right now, you can't exactly fix that and say be a better football player.
No, but you can get healthier, right? I mean, if you get David Hobbs back, next week, that goes a huge way to slowing down an Arkansas ground attack because all of a sudden you're deeper in the defensive interior. I've wondered the last few weeks with teams starting to pop runs on Tennessee. And Tennessee did get gashed last week in the first three quarters, but then kind of figured it out in the fourth and overtime only gave up 18 total yards rushing. I've wondered, is Dominic Bailey playing inside hurting the football team? It's a necessity because you're so banged up, but now that Moy's back, you get Hobbs back. If he shifts back to strong side defensive end, how much does that help defending the run? I think potentially it could be a real unlock the lock type thing, a key to Tennessee's success defensively stopping the run.
Yeah, I think like Swain said, defensively stopping the run is going to be the key. I mean, Arkansas is going to try to run the ball. I also think Petrino is going to try to open it up. I mean, we know him to throw the ball down the field. He wants to do a lot of splash plays. He runs a lot of crossing routes. I think that's huge. But special teams is huge, man. Eckler was a great special teams coach, and I think we're kind of missing that key thing right there with guys not doing exactly and getting exactly their job done, and it needs to be corrected. We can't have a muffed punt. You can't have stuff like that in big games because it will cost you. So special teams is a thing that I think they need to hone in more and make sure every single thing is dialed in 100%.
Arkansas is, I want to say, top 5 in the league in total offense.
Yep.
So, they're putting up points. They're moving the football.
Except for Notre Dame.
That was a trap game.
They're not doing it in Notre Dame.
We know what happened there.
Yeah, Bob Petrino's trying to get that
Petrino
job.
was trying to get that job.
Well, he got it.
Yeah, he knew what was going
Like a
on.
chorus over here. Gotta set it together. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to switch to the offensive side. We've got a young tight end in studio. We'll visit with him, talk about the offense next on the Food City Locker and brought to you by Garza Law.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Look to the skies, Knoxville. Super savings is here. Right now, get 0% APR, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on select models, plus 25,000 miles of complimentary maintenance during our Super Summer Sales event.
And don't forget about back-to-school service savings on mobile, pickup, and delivery.
Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location.
Hi, I'm Laura Ash. I'm a State Farm agent here in West Knoxville. I love to serve all of East Tennessee for all of your home, car, life, and business insurance. If you need anything insurance related, give us a call at 675-0888.
I'm Tennessee basketball player JP Estrella. Let me give you a tour here of the offices at Knoxville Smiles. Dr. Costa is placing implants with a robot, and it's all done digitally. There's no guessing with this since it's all robotic. Dr. Wilco is the newest addition to the office. He loves to research the latest and greatest in technology, so the other doctors go to him for the newest product information and techniques. Dr. Malone is building teeth in the mouth. To him, cosmetic bonding is more like artwork. He does this without cutting your teeth down. It's all about building them up. Guys, we still have a problem. Do y'all have a bigger chair?
Brought
to you by Food City. It's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. I'm your host, Josh Heupel. Jim asks, Coach Heupel, got any tailgating tips? Boy, do I. Jim, did you know Food City's gourmet burgers are handmade in-store by a certified butcher? Saturday is almost here. Are you game day ready? This has been Ask Coach Heupel. With me, Coach Heupel.
Keep in mind, Food City, your tailgating headquarters, official tailgating headquarters of the Vols. Maybe no game this past weekend. There will be this coming weekend for Arkansas. Place your order online. They will have you ready. Okay, wide receiver position. Let's start right there. How you feeling down there in your position room? I mean, you're tight end.
I feel great. I mean, you have
your position room good.
Oh, real good. You have a guy right now that's being talked about as a Blitnikoff Award, contender, and Chris Brazel's turned his game totally around. He's confident. He's making plays. I mean, I don't think there's a possession, if you're Josh Heupel, that you don't look for number 17.
Yeah.
The game turned around in a big way in the second quarter when he started making plays. So, yeah, I mean, Mike Matthews had 100 yards. Staley was able to bounce back and had a big play late in the game. So, yeah, the room is good, man.
How about the tight end room? You got some experience, you got some youth, you got a nice little mix in your room.
Yeah, I think the tight end room is extremely well. I mean, obviously you have Kitzelman, who's been there for a while. I think with the youth that we have, seeing guys like Jack come in and play.
Who's in studio.
Who's 100% in studio. But just those guys being able to come in and play and being able to block and being able to be involved, it's an evolution of the game. And I think getting those guys involved earlier when you're playing against big teams, you're playing against the Georgias, you got Mississippi State, you got Arkansas coming up. Having a young guy like Jack getting some experience in there, it's only going to make him better for this latter part of the season that we're going to have.
You need some other dudes besides Kitzelman, because he's getting a lot of reps in.
Too many reps.
Too many, and so it's time for Jack and some of the other young players and Ethan Davis when he gets healthy. Like Kitzelman needs some Rough Riders by his side.
Yeah. How's your position room of the offensive line doing?
It's doing great. Why? I mean, like, think about it. I mean, they just keep rolling right along. I mean, like, they've been fantastic all year. And the other night, all you need to know is David Sanders hadn't sniffed the field in 6 weeks.
Yep.
And there they are down 7 points. Jesse Perry goes down and looked like, I mean, he had been shot by a sniper. And the way they helped him off the field. And he came back. I mean, I was like, I couldn't believe he came back. Because, I mean, when they took him off the field, I'm like, well, he's not coming back anytime soon. But David goes in there, and first play, they pull him from the right tackle spot. And, I mean, he didn't miss a beat. Offensive line continues to play well, and they're blocking it up well. You have to like the overall physicality of the football team.
Yeah.
I like how physical they are up front on the offensive line. And then the tight ends are physical. I mean, I know we're going to have him out here, but let's go ahead and shout out, Jack Van Dorselaer for the fact that he had one of the key blocks on the 25-yard touchdown run for Deshaun Bishop in overtime. Totally opened the hole.
You talk about opening the hole. Austin, talk about the evolution of Lance Hurd and how he's grown and developed from what LSU didn't want him. They let him go as a 5-star guy to come here, and obviously last year he struggled a little bit. I thought he wasn't healthy, but just talk about how he's just evolved to be that solid left tackle that we have been waiting on, that we knew he could be.
Dropped 30 pounds. Had his grandfather die last year during the season, which was his first grandparent he lost. Rocked him. Then, for the first time in his career, was hurt. And, heard some of the stuff that was said out there about, not pushing through. So the second time he got a banged up ankle, he pushed through and didn't miss, even though he wasn't, 100%. So you're right. I mean, he's playing like a guy who wants to get drafted in the first round. It's a contract year, the big contract. Every year's a contract year for NIL, but it's the big contract year to go to the NFL. So he's playing outstanding. Wendell Moy beside of him is fantastic. So I think Wendell will be beside of him going forward. Wendell's been on the right side with Jesse at right tackle, but if David becomes the right tackle, then Jesse slides to right guard and Wendell slides over beside Lance.
Apparently no time for my position room because I've got running back I feel good about. I mean, Starr and Deshaun are playing well. I'm good there. Quarterback room, I'm in there. My guys are saying in my room, we had a touchdown call back. which was really bogus because it shouldn't have been an offensive pass interference call.
Correct.
There's a couple of plays in there where balls intercepted were bouncing off of tight ends and receivers. Now, hang on.
This bad throw. This
You're
bad
like,
throw.
hang on. I hadn't finished yet. You're like
Okay.
my wife saying clean the kitchen before I even started cleaning. Okay, and what I'm saying is my position room did make a bad throw to Kitzelman.
Okay.
And it bounced off his shoulder,
All right.
which was our fault in the quarterback room.
Ball could have been caught. Could.
It's on both.
But the
Yeah.
ball,
It's on both.
you want that ball here, not here.
The second one, on the other hand, the defender pulled, Kitzelman's arm down right before he got to the ball. That
Kinda
should have
like
been pass
that.
interference.
Ow, I'll
Packers
send
hurt.
the bill over. Okay, so
Packer, you're going to need to take this chair home because you'll be sleeping on it. I hope she's listening.
no, we're good. She's not. She's watching reruns of Miss Congeniality. Okay, all right. Toss over to our guest because we've got a good one. By the way, from right near my hometown, Dallas-Fort Worth, we fly into DFW Airport. We go right by South Lake Carroll Stadium, State Power in Texas.
Big
Yeah.
stadium.
Huge stadium.
Huge stadium. Let's bring in
Huge
Jack
stadium.
Van Dorselaer. And Jack, Mark brought up South Lake Carroll. How did playing for a big perennial power in Texas prepare you
One of
to
the
come
best.
play in the SEC?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, I just think the way that we attack every day, on practice, film, in the weight room, has prepared me for playing college football. And not only that, but the competition that I've gone up against since I was a freshman in high school, blocking SEC defensive linemen in high school since I was a freshman has really prepared me for this moment. And like I said, our coaching staff at Southlake, they just were hard on me a lot, and at times I didn't like it, but now I really appreciate it because it makes the transition from high school to college that much easier.
Jack, we do high school football games in Knoxville and do them across the state and have a wonderful time with a great football, but I don't think people here can understand Texas high school football. And South Lake Carroll is perennially one of the best in the state in the biggest classification. You're playing the Euless Trinities of the world, the Houston Cadies of the world, and all those schools. I guess talk to me about just how easy it's made the transition from that level. And it's kind of what Austin said, but just a little bit of just when you got here, did it feel kind of the same of what you dealt with at South Lake?
Yes, sir. It definitely did. Like you said, playing Trinity and the Duncanvilles and the DeSotos of the world. Playing likewise talent that I'm playing in the SEC level in high school has really prepared me. And I just think, going forward, just falling back to my training of how I've attacked every day at Southlake, and falling back to that and applying that at the college level is going to prepare me and keep me, going.
Yeah.
Also, the atmospheres that we played in, a lot of people, will say Georgia ball is better or, Florida ball, but, Texas ball, the atmosphere in Texas is really cool and, Friday Night Lights. And, that atmosphere with the people and the crowd and the fans really prepares you for moments like what I've experienced, versus Mississippi State or, other previous games that I played in.
So we've got to take a break, and apparently I asked the exact same question Austin did because all three of them gave me the look and laughed, and so I know these guys, and I know it was the exact same question. So we're going to go to commercial break. Swain's going to come and ask you some good questions.
See what's in that mug.
Different questions when we come back. I knew it.
What's in that mug?
I don't know.
Vodka?
We'll be right back.
Yak.
Hey guys, we got a special guest coach today. Catholic alum, Tennessee great, Cooper Mate.
Thanks, Coach. Let's see what your boys got.
That's it. Come on. Let's go. Drop.
Hey, bring it up. Nice work today, man. Y'all hungry? Yeah. We got some Auburn's. Let's eat. Auburn's. Real comfort, real food, real good.
More fingers, Mr. Mays?
Yes, please.
This water makes my hair so dry and brittle. AquaClear can fix that.
Jeez, I hate the way my water smells.
AquaClear can fix that.
No matter how much lotion I use, my skin is always so dry.
AquaClear can fix that.
Do y'all remember how much fun we had finishing on the field inside Neyland Stadium for the Covenant Health Knoxville Marathon? I've got some friends with some really good news for you.
Join us inside Neyland Stadium on October the 18th for the Finish on the Field 5K, presented by the Garza Law Firm.
What a great way to start the third Saturday in October.
It's the Finish on the Field 5K, presented by the Garza Law Firm. Visit finishonthefieldvk.com for more details.
This is a race where everybody wins.
Water machine in here anywhere?
Time now for the Food City Players Perspective. And by the way, we continue to mention the cool race coming on October the 18th, as you can start and finish in Neyland Stadium. Jason and Jack over there.
For this football team, you get a chance to watch Miles Kitson and follow his lead. What have you learned from him? He's a guy that's played at Alabama.
Yeah.
He's one of the captains here. What have you learned from him so far?
Yeah, just how to attack football, in a smart way. Applying, kind of what you learn in the meeting room to what you take what you learn from the meeting room, put it on the field. Playing tight ends, you got to be pretty smart. So learning from him as a football IQ, and applying that to the field has been huge for me, learning from him.
What was that moment like when you realized, I was a guy that plays a true freshman. There's a moment, maybe in fall camp, maybe it's during the summer, where it's like, hey, man, I belong. I can play at this level. I can do it. Was there a moment that stood out to you, maybe in fall camp or somewhere, that you knew that you can play at this level?
I think the first couple of weeks of spring ball is when I kind of noticed it. Like I said earlier, coming from the powerhouse at South Lake Carroll, just the first few weeks, the transition hasn't been anything crazy. But just learning our offense, adapting to our fast-tempoed offense, took me a few weeks of spring ball, and then after that, I feel like I can, hang with these guys.
One big-time home game so far, one big-time road game. You probably like home, but how fun was that playing on the road and seeing all the Tennessee fans there?
It's fun going into someone else's house and beating them. Home games are great. I love the fans coming out. It's a good time, but road games are fun because it's just, you and the guys, going out to someone else's house and, taking them down. But seeing all those Tennessee fans on our sideline was pretty cool. It was a sea of orange. Just the way that our fans show up for every single game is really cool.
Next game, Arkansas, you were not here, but Tennessee dropped out a game against Arkansas on the road. How do you balance trying to get revenge, but not letting it consume you, and pressing and making mistakes? How do you balance that, wanting to get revenge over a team that beat you last year, even though you were not here?
Right. I think every game is personal, but this one's a little bit more personal, after them beating us last season. So I think just using that as fuel, for this week, applying that to how we practice and how we attack film and stuff like that. So when we go out there, we can handle business.
You wear the number 3.
Yeah.
Usually that's for DBs or receivers or running backs, quarterbacks even. But tight ends, how did you get the number 3?
Honestly, I wanted a single-digit number, and 3 is what I got. But it kind of worked out because 3 is my mom's lucky number. She's got 3 kids. She says that everything always happens on 3 for her. And my great-grandfather, who has been a Vol fan, his whole life, moved here in the 70s. He always says, for the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So it kind of just worked out. So I really, love having that number.
Well, we'll see a lot of the number 3 over the next couple of years here at Tennessee at the tight end position.
100%. All right. Hey, good luck to you the rest of the way, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sounds good. All right. Let's talk about what's coming up next this next week. We'll do that when we come back on the Locker Room.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair is proud to be celebrating 70 years of serving East Tennessee. That's 70 years of old-school customer service, trustworthy auto repair, and of course, great deals on tires. Each one of our 5 convenient East Tennessee locations feature family-friendly waiting areas, and you can schedule appointments and search for tires right on our website at matlocktireservice.com. Modern convenience, hometown values. For 70 years and counting, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Hello, I'm Dr. Joel Ash, a Knoxville native and the owner of Ash Chiropractic and Wellness. We would like to help you on every step along your health journey, whether that's chiropractic care, soft tissue work, or diet and exercise help. I'm located in the Renaissance Plaza. You can give me a call at 865-671-1000.
Hi, I'm Matt Marshall with Exterior Home Solutions.
Hi, I'm Dustin Woodson, also with Exterior Home Solutions.
We are now easier than ever to find, right off of I-75 and Merchants Road.
It's a new location, but the same trusted expertise in roofing and siding that you've come to trust over the past 25 years.
Local quality craftsmanship, licensed and insured.
For the best and most trusted name in roofing and siding, scan the QR code on your screen.
Exterior Home Solutions, when it has to be the best.
Community banking is about location and much more. It's about family. We reside in your community. We are a part of your community. At Commercial Bank, our commitment extends beyond the walls of our branches. It's displayed each day in the opportunities we provide, the money we give back, and the time we commit, all to help improve the lives of the people, families, and businesses that make our communities great. Commercial Bank, life made better.
So there's the race right there, Saturday, October the 18th. Finish on the field 5K. You can finish at Neyland Stadium, and that is coming up October the 18th. Keys to victory brought to you by Garza Law. Jason, we'll start with you. Keys to a win against Arkansas.
Yeah, I think it's very important for Tennessee to be able to hold up against the third best rushing attack in the SEC. Got to learn some lessons from Georgia game there late in the game, and then Mississippi State in the first 3 quarters. Number 2, man, you got to hold that rope on special teams. Don't lose on special teams.
Yeah.
You don't have to win. It can be even,
Right.
but don't lose on special teams. So hold that rope, and then you must contain the quarterback. Taylor Green is versatile. He's mobile. He can make plays with his legs. Got to contain him.
You know, you talk about Taylor Green, I think, limiting their explosive plays. I mean, obviously they've been able to do some stuff minus that game against Notre Dame, but limit their explosive plays. Swaying, your receivers, my receivers, however you want to call it, I'll give you your receivers right now. Continue to shine, continue to ball. And then defense, we saw what it's like when we can create some turnovers. Maybe offense is struggling, but if defense can create turnovers and score touchdowns on those, it makes it that much easier, especially with it being a home game.
All right, Austin, schedule's about to get really good. You've got Arkansas at home this week, then at Alabama the next week. Then you've got a road at Kentucky, then Oklahoma comes to town. It's do or die time over the next 3 to 4 weeks.
No doubt about it. And to quote the great Al Davis, just win.
Just win,
just win, baby.
Just win,
I mean, it doesn't matter how it looks, just get wins.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who it's against. Like Mississippi State, they don't draw pictures. They don't draw pictures on my scorecard in Golf Packer. A par is a par. It don't matter if
How many pars you getting?
You know, more than Mark.
Did I miss something in our golf experiences together? You know, you win all the games at home.
Yeah,
and then you split Alabama and Florida and you're in.
Yeah, correct. You got to take care of business at home. Yep. I don't count Kentucky, and then do something you've not done since 2003. Win at Florida or at Alabama.
And it's pretty simple at this point. Take care of business at home. Mateer, you don't know if he's back.
Oh, he'll be back.
He playing that game.
But how good will he be? Yeah. And with the pass rush playing the way it's playing, you can affect him.
Yeah. I mean, the defensive line, man. If these guys can get healthy and play like they played, I mean, they were wreaking havoc. Yeah. And I think that's what we need. Home games, they can wreak even more havoc because they got the crowd behind them.
Yep. Anxious to see get the win over Arkansas, and then let's see what happens against Alabama. Yep. Hey, thanks for making us a part of your week. Go Vols this weekend against the Hogs. We will see you next week on The Locker Room.